Yo, what's good, guys? Today I just wanted to talk about 7 different ways to build generational wealth with little to no money, guys. So you don't need $1 million, $1,000, all that stuff that everyone else is talking about. I'm gonna tell you guys on how to do it with little to no money. So this is still how you can build generational wealth, pass it down to your kids, grandkids, all of that, you know? So let's start, let's get into it. One, start your family tradition of saving. So it's most important to do is to start a family tradition. Start with your kids, your cousins, your aunts, uncles. Everybody should be saving a paycheck. They should be making sure that they spend at least 70 to 80% of it. Save 20%, right? So if you spend 70%, save spend 70%, save 20%, and then the other 10% you can use for charitable donations, and you can do whatever else you want to do with that other 10%. But make sure you're saving or investing at least 20% of your paycheck every time you get it. Break it down. Pay yourself first 20%, spend 70%, right? So it's not about having money, right? It's about creating the money habits. It's never about having money. It's always about creating the habits when you have the money. That's how you keep the money, and that's how you hold on to it, and that's how you gain more. You have to have the habit of spending, saving, investing, reinvesting, creating more, right? Going to work, earning more income. You have to have those habits, right? It's not just about having the money. So also, every time you or a family member, has spends any kind of money, track it down, right? Write it down. Write down what you spent the money on. They have apps for this, right? You can connect that. Your bank account can be connected with different apps that see what you're spending your money on, whether it's on food, books, groceries. Track what you're spending. Always track what you're spending when you're looking to save money, invest money, and try to create more. You need to see what you're spending on so you can then analyze and meticulously cut back. You can cut back on certain things. You're like, oh, I spent way too much money on clothing last month. Well, maybe this month I can cut back on this place and that place. I don't have to go here and there, and now you're starting to save more money. So number two, guys, start a family YouTube channel. So document, teach, entertain, and then you can monetize over time, right? So if you start the family YouTube channel, there's a ton of YouTube channels that are family oriented, right? Another guy sometimes I used to watch was Funny Mike. His whole entire YouTube is a family channel. He has his wife, his kids, and everybody. They're doing entertaining stuff, and they're making a good amount of income from that, right? And you can do that as well. So your kids, your wife, whoever, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, start a family YouTube channel, right? Entertain people, or you can document your journey, how what you guys are doing on a day to day, week to week, week to week basis to live. You can also teach. You can gather up the family, and you guys can teach different things, right? So these are the three niches you can get into: documenting journey, teaching things, or entertaining, doing funny stuff, right? Pranks, whatever. And then you can monetize it, right? So once you monetize it, you're earning passively for years. This is stuff you can pass down to generations, right? That YouTube channel can lead to your grandkids, and it can feed off of one, right? So there's YouTubers like DDG. He put his entire family in a position to be able to earn from YouTube, right? He, based off his channel, he was able to advertise his sisters, his brothers, his mothers. Everybody's earning now on YouTube, earning a good income, right? Just you need to create something that you could do for your family. So you can use apps like CapCut, Canva for your thumbnails. It's all free. You can use free blog platforms like Medium or WordPress. So, these are free platforms you can use right now to start. Start today. Don't start tomorrow, right? Everybody wants to start next week or next month. Start today, right? Make the first step today. Teach what you're learning, money tips, cooking, parenting, whatever it is, and your kids, they'll inherit the audience and they'll help you create it. So you start today, right after this video, right? Nothing is going to be perfect. There's no perfect camera. There's no perfect anything. Start today, make your first video, upload it. You're going to get no views. So there's no point of you trying to wait to make it perfect. Over time, you'll build the audience. So stay consistent and create. Start today. Number three, guys, go to your public library. If you're serious, right, about creating generational wealth and you have little to no money, use the free resources that you have. There's a reason why there's so many libraries around your city, around your area. They're all being funded by the government, right? It's there for you to use. It's a free resource. They have books on entrepreneurship, on cooking, on finance, on business. You should be reading every one of those books all your spare time. Instead of reading the fantasy books and the fiction novels, go and pick up the business novels, the entrepreneurship novels, the finance novels, the cooking novels. Read all of them, every last one of them. The most richest people in the world, like Warren Buffett and them, they read every day. Jeff Bezos, they read every day. They try to read multiple books per week. There's a reason, because that's where the knowledge comes from. That's where the knowledge comes from. You can also, the internet's there too as well. You can get knowledge from the internet, but the books are one of the best ways to get it, because you're getting personal knowledge from people who actually spent the time to write a 300-400 page book, meticulous details in that book. Online, if you read blogs, you'll still get information, but they might be a little bit surface level, a little bit vague. But with books, you're getting the deep information, right? And these guys are spending money to get the books published. So read those free books you can get at the library. Some libraries even offer tax help, right? They can offer you help with your taxes and stuff like that. So guys, number 4, free government programs and free government grants. Look into it, right? Your city may have free government programs that you can get into, right? So for example, educational grants like tuition, college funding, certification, free training. Some cities offer those for free, right? They have grants for, if you make a certain amount in your household income, you can apply and qualify for these grants. They're there for you. You need to take advantage of them. This is what's going to create the generational wealth. You take advantage of those certifications and those trainings, and you teach your kids. Also, right, free tax savings accounts, right? Your city most likely has it, or your country, right? They got RESP in Canada, and then they have Roth IRA accounts. These are tax-free savings accounts, right? Investment accounts. You can sell your investments after a while. You don't have to pay taxes, right? They're free for you to use, so you need to make use of them. First-time home buyer incentives. So if you're looking to buy a home, they have these things where you get incentives for being a first-time home buyer. You can qualify for 2 to 5% down. I know some in America they have all these different military and if you're a vet, you get 0% home down, something like that. But these are things you can really look into, and they're there for you. So look into them, right? These are things that will create generational wealth for free. You don't have to invest millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You buy it, you get your first time home buyer's incentive, right? You and your family gather up the income, purchase a home. Now you guys have property. For your grandkids, your kids, you can build apple trees in your backyard, whatever you want to do, right? You don't have to live in shared accommodations anymore. This is for you guys. This is your property. You own it. Right? Number 5, document your journey. Make sure you document your journey, because your journey is special, right? Share how you're building wealth on TikTok, on YouTube, right? On Instagram. Grow a following, and then get a brand to sponsor you, right? Get a brand deal. Once you grow that following, they're gonna reach out to you so you can advertise their brand. So make sure you document your journey. Everybody wants to see people who are trying to come up from nothing, not even just only coming up from nothing, but making something, building something, creating something from the ground up. Document your journey. Your journey needs to be televised. You don't need to hide it. You don't need to be in the shadows anymore. Show what you're doing, right? We're getting into a digital age. There's no more being shy about anything, because everything is digital. You tap your card, it's digital. Like, there was once a time where people were carrying cash. A lot of people don't carry cash anymore. Cash is almost dead. Everything's on your phone. Your bank cards are on your phone. There's televisions everywhere. Video is everywhere. YouTube has been rising like no tomorrow. Independent creators are creating income for themselves off of streaming their lifestyles. Like, this is something that is very new, right? If you go back to the 80s, People weren't making money filming their lifestyle. It was very rare. Nowadays, you're making money filming your lifestyle. So just imagine that. You have to document your journey, right? Pass on platform lessons to your children, right? It costs $0, guys, to start posting videos. Not a million, not 1,000, not 10,000. $0. Tweets, stuff like that. They don't cost any money to post. It just costs your time and your honesty. That's all it costs, right? So now we get down to the sixth thing, guys, and that's build family hubs. So you want to organize and pass down important information, right? Emergency contacts informations of your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, everybody, your aunts. Collect that into a big document so you can pass this down. Everyone in your family should have contact information of everybody. Create a group chat, whatever you have to do. Build your family hub. That's your network. That's your family's network. You want to have passwords, lessons you learned about money, mistakes to avoid, and keep your family organized and future generations empowered. When your children have grandchildren, everything, they can still reach out to their great uncle, their great cousin, their great their nieces, their nephews, whoever, because everything is in one document, right? This isn't like the early 1900s where nobody knew anybody's phone number or contact, and there's like, oh yeah, this person's second cousin, Obama is this guy's second cousin. We found out after all these years. No, now you can have that in the document online on the internet, passed down to your family. This is this person's last name, and then this is his son, this is his daughter. We're all connected in one big family, right? And this is how you build that generational wealth, because now you go into your family events and your family barbecues, everybody's on that document. Everybody sees who's on that document. We're all family. We're all relatively related. We're all blood. So this is how you pass down that generational wealth. It's not lost in the files, right? It's not lost in the universe. It's there on a document. So number 7, guys, own skills. Don't just own a job, right? A lot of us don't own a job. We need to own our own skills, our skill sets. They last way longer than a paycheck. Have skills, right? Learn things that can be monetized, like coding, editing. Learn how to do car maintenance, cooking, sales, content creation. Teach your kids and siblings, right? You can use free platforms like Coursera, Khan Academy, Skillshares. They have free trials, and one of the best things, YouTube tutorials. Everybody learns from YouTube tutorials. Professionals and masters at their trade teaching you how to do something that they know how to do. YouTube tutorials. So guys, these are the 6-7 things that you need to make sure you're doing, that you can build generational wealth for free with little to no money. So if you like this video, guys, subscribe, share this video. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.